I hear that the groundhog hurt his shadow, whatever that means, for more weeks of winter. Who knows? We know God is in control of the weather. But this morning I wanted to use the topic free speech. Free speech is something which, in the light of world history, is rather a novel concept. In fact, it's not often that kings and those in authority would allow for free speech. After all, free speech, the idea of that, whether it's in the press or whether it's us as individuals or us as contenders or those who would be opponents of those in power, if there really is this idea of a right to free speech, then we would have the opportunity to criticize those who were in power. And so it's interesting here as we go that we take for granted in our country that's been around for a couple hundred years, we just take for granted the idea of free speech. But yet it's not something we should. And of course, right now, in this interesting time in history, these rights in our own country that we believe are God-given rights, these rights are being challenged like never before. There are those on either side of the political aisle who would like to tamp down the speech of others. In fact, there are those who are losing their job because they associate with one side or the other. There are those who are particularly afraid in the workplace or in their homes or any other place. Increasingly, there is fear to actually say what you want. And of course, now we hear all this about the so-called cancel culture. In fact, just the other day I read an article that reminded me of how precious is our right. I read that focus